Round 3, fight. Yeah, that's a new style. I just had to do that because of the ongoing fight between cross-dresser Bobrisky and Buchi. Buchi, you know Buchi very well. I know a lot has been going on, and don't worry, I will gist you full package. Mo gbé wá fún yín lálẹ́, ẹ má worry. And my name is K to the I to the N to the G, your boy, the king himself. And once again, this is Gist Mind TV. Oh yeah, let's go now. Solomon Buchi exposes Bobrisky, spills secret. Wait. This fight, should I call it a fight of the century? And then because of James Round too, cross-dresser Bobrisky and life coach Buchi, the fight, their fight enters round 3. Nigerian cross-dresser Bobrisky and life coach Solomon Buchi have engaged in an online spat. The two tore at each other after Solomon Buchi slammed Bobrisky for being threatened by his junior colleague James Brown, who is furthering his education at a university in UK. That one really stirred up the internet, man. Like, for him to have decided, let me go to to United Kingdom and further my education. No. Many Nigerians started respecting him and everything. Reacting to the drama, Solomon chided Bob for always being disturbed by James every moment. He advised him to focus on his life and devise other strategy to use in entertaining the public. He said Bobrisky, leave James Brown. He's on his way to sustainable relevance. Great move by going to study in the UK. Only staying in the UK will find time his mindset. Everything is not about money, Bob. Every time you have money, but money cannot buy wisdom. Eba. Firing back, Bobrisky claimed that he once employed him, referring to him as a rat and beggar. Bob revealed that he left him because he saw that he was two-faced. According to Bobrisky, he said, I had this rat called Buchi called for me. But I promised not to reply this year or have any issue with no one. But I wonder how some idiots forget they were once beggars. Buchi, remember I've once employed your stupid self. I noticed you were two-faced. That was why I stopped responding to you. Well, I'm not in your level and I will never be. Solomon didn't allow Bob have the last laugh as he called him out for his lies. He revealed how he once worked as a writer for the cross-dresser and how he was the brain box behind his catchy captions and adverts. In a lengthy post on his Instagram page, Solomon Buchi narrated how Bobrisky reached out to him for his writing service to improve his brand image. Solomon revealed that he stopped working for him when he wanted to underpay and overuse him. According to him, Bobrisky wanted him to write 12 pieces for him for 35,000 naira, but he turned it down and requested nothing less than 100,000 naira, which the cross-dresser didn't consent to. Buchi exposed him for constantly living a fake life on social media and denied being on his payroll. Part of the write-up reads, 3 years ago in the comment section, your ex-bestie Tonto Dike said she will give me 150k to buy a new phone, and you publicly stated that you will add 100k and asked me to DM my account number, which I did. I showed gratitude. After that, you gravitated towards me and needed my writing services, obviously to employ your mediocre brand outlook. I get a headache reading from you. Your money can't even buy your articulation and effective communication. With you, I slashed my price to a measly amount. I charged 30k per article 3 years ago. But you wanted me to write 12 pieces for you for 35k a month. Limau. Meanwhile, you're in Dubai flaunting money, leftover food, and ostentatiousness. But you can't pay me 100k as of 3 years ago. At some point, I decided to do a few write-ups for free for you. You are obtuse, which means slow in learning. Said you are obtuse. Okay, let me just say it. You are slow in learning, because if you weren't, you realize I did it so I will pay you back. Cause you gave me 100k meant you hone my skill. He continued by saying, these are all screenshots I distance from you. No, I'm not going down to your level. I just want people who don't know how belligerently ignorant you are to know. You are classless, obnoxious, you don't have friends, nothing good lads around you. Everyone you've ever given to, you want to bully. I am not one of them. I am Solomon Buchi. I am solid. People are scared to call your utter foolery out because of your audio money, lol. Not me. You are famous, Bobrisky. But you are not relevant. Buchima Pami now. There's a difference. Say you can have 3 million followers and be dumb. Maka, why? Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? I know you always also be surprised where you are to like what is happening? This fight is really, really, it's very conk, like some people will say. He continued, he said, what I couldn't take was you opening your feeding mouth to say you employed me. Lima Bobrisky, you employed me. I would rather beg than be employed by you. Why? Because you are vindictive. You are emptily arrogant and your tongue is so sharp. Said, I can make a refund to you if you think that giving me 100K strips me of my agency. Please, I can humbly do you a refund. I've also helped people. I let them be and not lord over them. You give to people to use them. You give to have access to their value in an exploitative way. I've watched you for years. You don't even know that I took time to study your patterns. Anyone who doesn't bow to your nothingness becomes an enemy, and you demonize them to people. Idris, it doesn't work with me. Again, I don't do drugs, and this isn't me dragging you. This is me setting you straight. You can't bully me. I am Solomon Buchi. Have you forgotten? I write up a storm and you lack the mental capacity to handle it. For the purpose of writing this, I have to tone down my IQ just to make sure. Whoa. This your own gun, Buchi is too much, Daddy. Yeah, waiting. Waiting. Bobrisky also answered. He said, He said, I had this rat called Buchi called for me, where I promised not to reply this year or have any issue with no one. But I wonder how some idiot forget they were once a beggar. Buchi, remember, I've once employed your stupid self. I noticed you were two-faced. That was why I stopped responding to you. Well, I'm not in your level, and I'll never be done. He said, he or she said, someone you employ and pay to write your captions for you want to talk to. I still remain the boss, my darling. In as much as you have once had a monthly salary from me, shut your dirty mouth up. Broke. Wait, I don't want to mention what Bobrisky said. Said two-faced fools everywhere.